YouTube and welcome behind my screen. I'm Carlos Hill, your host, and today's topic is going to be role-playing dice and how to read them. So let's take a look at what role-playing dice are. Okay, when most people hear the term dice, they're thinking regular little six-sided dice like that is found in most board games that are laying around the house. And there's some games out there that use nothing but those, and there's plenty of those that are very enjoyable. A lot of games on the market, however, use a full set of polyhedral dice. These have various sides, and I want to talk about those and how to read some of them that aren't as easy to read. So starting out, a basic set has 7 dice in it, and that is a 4-sided dice here, which looks like a little pyramid, the regular 6-sided that everybody is used to. Then there's an 8-sided who has a square-looking middle and triangle sides. Got a 10-sided dice, and there's 2 of those in this set, and I'll explain why there's 2 of those in just a moment. But it's round in the middle, vaguely pizza slice-looking sides on it. They'll hardly ever use 12-sided. I feel sorry for it, and honestly, any of you publishers out there, create a game just for that dice. And most used in 80% of the games that's out on the market and played today is the 20-sided. That's used in most games to determine success or failure in your actions, whether it be your skills or hitting something with a sword or gun. Then you have the other 10-sided dice. I'm going to start over here with the little 4-sided because of the simple fact it's a little complicated to read, and because of manufacturers, there's a couple different ways also. Now, this one here, the number on the bottom is upright, and it can be seen as the same on all 3 sides that are showing. And this one says 4. There are some companies who print it up on top. And again, it is upright and visible on all 3 sides. Neither one of these are right or wrong. That's just the way the companies do it. And a lot of people have problems reading the 4-sided. Honestly, look for the number that's upright. Because it's upright, those 2 are upside down. It's upright, those 2 are trying to stand on their heads. Not too complicated, but I do understand people's perspectives of having a hard time reading them. The next few down the line, the 6-sided, the 8-sided, the 10 and the 12, and even the 20, is directly what's on top. Now, one complication with the 10-sided is you've got your numbers, 1 through 9, and then there's a 0. The 0 is the 10. A lot of people miss that. They'll roll it and they'll say 0, but that's the 10. Then you've got the other 10-sided, and it has 2 numbers printed on every side. And that is used in conjunction with the other 10, because we're going to use those as percentile dice. And you'll roll those, and we will read this one first with the 2 digits. So 3 and a 0 is 30, and 6. I got 36. Seems simple enough, unless you roll 0 and double 0, and that is knocked out of the way and becomes something completely different. But all zeros is 100. These 2 dice are designed to make numbers 1 through 100. Now, if I get double zeros here and any other number there, that's 0, 9. So 0, 9, 0, 5, all the way up to all zeros making 100. And there's other dice out there, and I'm going to slide these into place. And I honestly, I hardly ever use these, but once I got into buying sets of all these different wonderful colors, and this is only a sample of what I have, you buy all kinds of dice. And that was bought back in high school. This has 100 sides on it. And again, you got to read what is directly on top. And even for veteran players like me, that can get complicated with how this is oriented. But it has 100 sides. You hear that? You hear that? That's got little breakers in it to keep it from rolling like a golf ball. And again, what is directly on top. And this one is reading, if it'll quit wiggling, 68. But again, I barely use it, but it's a dice. I had to have it. And then I've got, these come to me just recently. Honestly, I hadn't seen this one, this kind until recently. This one has 24 sides. And honestly, I'm going to start using it because it will tell me what time of the day it is. So I'll be able to go, oh, 24, it's midnight. So maybe I can get a use out of that now that I've thought about it. This one is a 30-sided, and that's a little bit smaller than the other 30-sided that I own, but 30 sides on it. I can tell what day of the month it is. And not completely sure on this one. It's 60 sides. Can't think of a real use for it, but again, I have it. Why? Because it's a dice. And I'm hoping that this video helped teach us how to read some of the dice that are in the role-playing games today. And I hope that you will end up with as many dice as I've got. I think I'm averaging about 50 sets right now, all various colors. But I'll see you next time behind my screens.